Making Money with Nosy, Personal Finance Made Simple. Today's video is about how to manage your money in 5 easy steps. Let's dive right in. Step 1 is to follow a written budget. Dave Ramsey once said, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it all went. If you want to manage your money well, you must follow a written budget. It's non-negotiable. So basically, your budget should show your monthly income, your savings, your investments, your fixed expenses like your rent or bond, your car installments, your subscription fees, and your insurance premiums, for example. Your budget should also show your variable expenses, things that change, like groceries, petrol, entertainment as well. Let me show you an example of a very simple budget, something that is easy for you to do and copy if you like. Okay, this is a simple budget that took me less than 5 minutes to write. This person takes home 22,000 Rand every month. They have written their budget to show income in the first row and then investments, savings, and then expenses after that. If this person follows this budget, it means that they are going to save and invest their money first on the same day that they get paid. This is very good behavior, and that's why I used green text for the savings and investments. Saving and investing first is called paying yourself first. Guys, you work hard for your money. Before rushing off to pay your accounts at Foschini or Woolworths or Westbank or MFC, etc., you must pay yourself first. A budget makes it easy for you to pay yourself first because it gives you the big picture of your finances and where all your money is supposed to go. So you know that even after saving and investing, you can still afford to pay the rest of your bills. Also, when you save and invest first before spending, you can spend your money afterwards without feeling guilty because you know you've done what is important first. After saving and investing, this person pays their important bills first and then ends with entertainment. So anyway, after investing, saving, paying bills, etc., this person is left with a surplus of 2,100 Rand. I used a simple Excel formula to calculate the leftover amount, which you can do as well if you like. Whatever it is that you spend, any money that's going out of your account, you mark it as a negative number. So the money that's coming in, like a salary, is a positive number, right? It doesn't have a minus sign in front of it. But everything else that's going out of the account has a negative sign. This is going to help with the formula. Okay, so let me show you how I did the formula. So I'm going to delete that. And simply to do the formula, you type equal sum. So now you're going to add the sum of all of these. So it's going to subtract basically all your expenses from the salary. So you highlight that box and then just drag right up to the end, close bracket, enter. And it does the calculation for you. Another thing, guys, you need to update your budget regularly. So a budget is not something that is fixed. It changes, right? So each time you receive money during the month, add it to your budget. So if you get money, let's say this person gets 500 Rand, they'll add it and you see it also changes the balance down here. Let's say this person spends, 1,000 Rand on something, whatever it is, they update the budget and it also updates the amount. So at any point in time, you should know exactly how much money you've got in your account. It keeps you accountable and it also shows you whether you are now going into the red or whether you're still fine. Step 2 is to spend less than you earn. So guys, there are 3 categories that people fall into. The first category is those that live above their means. This is when expenses are much higher than income. For example, someone is earning 20,000 Rand a month, but they're spending 25,000 Rand a month. This is dangerous because it is like trying to drive a car forward, but you're looking in the rearview mirror. Eventually, you're going to crash. Being in this financial situation is stressful because every month you're trying to play catch up with the previous month's bills. It is exhausting and it is a miserable way to live, right? Nobody wants to be here. Then the second category are those that live paycheck to paycheck. these people are also in the danger zone because they spend all of their salaries. For example, someone earns 50,000 Rand and they spend exactly 50,000 Rand. They don't have savings, they don't have investments. This means that if an emergency happens, they would be in serious financial trouble because they won't be able to pay for it. Many people all over the world live paycheck to paycheck. This is also not where you want to be as well. Then there is the third category of people. These are people that choose to live below their means. That means that their income is higher than expenses. They don't spend all of their salaries. They save some of it and they invest some of it as well. These are the people who build wealth over time and have money in savings accounts to pay for emergencies that pop up unexpectedly. And of course, they are also using some of the money to invest in assets that grow in value and therefore build wealth over time. This third category is where you want to be. And guys, before you complain and say, well, I earn too little to do this, sometimes it is not always about income. In many cases, it's about the lack of discipline. So I have met a lot of people who earn a lot of money who are still not able to save, who are still not able to invest. So you find someone is earning 50,000, they are still saying they can't save. Someone else earning 100,000 saying they can't save. So at what point is enough, right? So sometimes it's not the income, it is the lack of discipline and the lack of planning. So we get ourselves into situations that then prevent us from saving, that prevent us from investing because we didn't plan properly. We didn't budget, right? And of course, yes, some people do honestly earn too little. For those people, they need to increase their skills so that they get a better job, right? So they get a higher paying job because of better skills. And sometimes if that's not possible, then maybe they can look at side hustles or starting something to supplement their income. But there is no point in earning more money if you are not disciplined financially, because it will only amplify your lack of discipline. So if you are struggling to manage 20,000 Rand, trust me, you're going to also mismanage 60,000 Rand or 100,000 Rand. Because our habits is what determines how we handle our money. It is not the money on its own per se. Step 3 is to save for emergencies. Examples of emergencies are things like losing your job, getting sick or injured, the death of a loved one, and getting involved in a car accident. You must use cash to cover all these costs, guys. Debt is not an emergency fund. The ideal is to save enough money to cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses. For example, let's say your monthly expenses are 10,000 Rand. This means that your emergency fund should be worth between 30,000 to 60,000 Rand. Of course, building your emergency fund is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. For example, it took me about 2.5 years to build my 6 months emergency fund. But the key is to get started. So start saving a portion of your salary every single month until you reach your target. Step 4 is to get rid of lifestyle debt. Lifestyle debt is debt that is used to buy things purely for consumption, and usually those things lose value or they don't have any value at all. Examples of lifestyle debts are clothing accounts, credit cards, personal loans, overdraft loans, loans for household items like furniture and gadgets. This kind of debt makes you poorer over time. It doesn't make you richer. You must get rid of it as quickly as possible and stay away from this kind of debt forever. Buy your shoes and clothes cash. Buy your furniture cash. Buy your phones cash. Your fridge, your microwave cash. You don't need to take loans for any of these things. Also, be careful with debt that I call neutral debt. This is debt for cars and houses. Guys, at the end of the day, debt is still debt. It is not your friend. You are still going to pay back more money than what you borrowed because of interest. This is the opposite of building wealth. If you have to get a car loan or a home loan, always consult your budget first. Can you afford the installments? plus insurance, plus maintenance, and plus all the other running costs that come with owning those things. Will you still be able to save? Will you still be able to invest for your future after the debit orders hit? Or are you going to be surviving on bread and peanut butter for the rest of the month because all your salary is going to the car loan or to the home loan? Food for thought, right? Step 5 is to invest in inflation-beating assets that will increase the value of your money with time. So what is inflation? Inflation is the rising prices of goods and services, simply put. As the prices of goods and services rise, the value of your money decreases. There's an inverse relationship. 5,000 Rand was worth more 10 years ago compared to today, right? You could buy more stuff with 5,000 Rand 10 years ago compared to today because prices of things were lower 10 years ago than they are today. This also means that in 2033, which is 10 years from now, 5,000 Rand will be worth much less than what it is worth today. In order to grow the value of your money, you must invest in assets that grow above the rate of inflation. An example of how to do that is to invest in diversified exchange traded funds, or ETFs for short. If you don't know what ETFs are, you can watch one of the suggested videos at the end of this video. Just click on the thumbnail. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Please remember that these 5 steps that I mentioned today are very basic steps for managing your money. There are other important things that I didn't mention, like making sure you've got life cover, income protection, right? That you've got adequate insurance for your cars and for your home, and that you've got a valid will in place that specifies how your assets should be handled and distributed when you are no longer here. If you need more specialized help, you should get in touch with a certified financial planner near you. If you have any questions or any comments about today's video, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as always. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. I'm going to see you next time. Bye guys.